I'm here in my eco park or park paradise that for my project next. So you can see that I have plotted a couple of plots now, and this one you see on the side, it's now been owned by JT. So this is about I make it wider this time. I as to make it square. If you can see, it's not how I originally mark it, because I want, even though it's more than 225 square meter, but I just want the plot to be square. So that's the line where he is, and if you see that the road goes there from the top, and then you can see the poles from here towards the other end, and then straight on. So that's the pole, and this is the other side, and that's the size of JT's plot. There's a drop on the end. I did not include it. I did not include it to the measurement. I just add it on because it's hard to build on that one. So even though I make it a bit wider to make it square, nothing's changed. I just count it as 225. So this is the plot of JT. Now this morning I've measured out another plot. Again, this is wider than 225 square meter, but it's make it square. And this is the middle plot. If you can see, that's the road, and that's the JT boundary, and this is the one that I measured out this morning. So you can see the string from here and towards the end. This is about around 250 square meter, and I'm still gonna be counting it as like 225 because there's a drop after the mango tree. So this is the plot with the mango tree within, and those tall tree on the back that you can see is beside the boundary line. And if you think about it, all those shrubs can be cleared out. I will ask the owner next door that want to clear it out. I'm sure they will be agreeing to it because they often cut those bushes for charcoaling anyway, once a year. And so this is now the plot that I'm gonna feature, and the remaining plot here, I don't know if I have to divide this first or I build on it. I have to decide on it. And then the next string that you can see there, that's the entrance to the Turners. So if I have to turn around, you can see that I'm walking on the road. Now this is how it looks like from the road here. And so this plot, I don't know if I have to divide it still or build on it, but I suggest that to maximize the view, a 2-story or even a 3-story, the basement underneath for your parking right in, and your living space will be like above, and then you can see the view like I did on my guest house. Now I'm here on the road, and if you're looking at on the left side here, I'm planning to have a riprap from the road that curves down. The riprap will be about 5 foot high before I build anything here. So it will be higher than the road to protect the soil, and also to maximize the view before you build. Or otherwise you can have a basement parking underneath as well. But if you think about it, if I have a higher house on this one, it will have all the view on top. Because imagine from this level, 5 feet of riprap on the road, and then before you build, and incorporating some of this tree, not the bamboo tree, of course, because it will just expand and uplift all the cement. But that one with the riprap, that will be a nice build. If you look at it, riprap there, and you will be higher on the level of these trees, and look at the view that you're gonna have. And the same thing with this plot. So this is 225 square meter available now. Although it's 250, like I said, I don't want to count the drop. And the same with JT's plot. I have expanded it than what it originally is to make it square. Because, like I said, I'm not gonna cluster this area with plots after plots after plots, because I wanna make sure that the ambience of nature within nature will be preserved, not industrial grade box. There's no more space, because that's what I like here, is the park paradise ambience. Even if it means that I'll have lesser plots, but I know the one like JT here, you will be, when you see this plot of yours and then you see what kind of view you have, and your water will be coming there, you're facing the tower of the internet, electric is no problem, you will have a paradise here in the Philippines. It's not far from the city, but far enough that you're facing the forest down there, and the sound that you hear is nature, birds, animals, not pigs, of course, like scammies outside there. Birds mostly is around here. And this is what I want to preserve, is the nature effect of the whole village. So that's JT's. I will be marking that with JT's is the pink banners, and this one is another one. So I will be putting their name when I clear out all the grass, so you can see the topography of the land. Like here is a bit sunk in, but it's not really sunk in, just 2 meters from the road. But there's two solutions. You can either have a basement parking, and like I said, the living space will be on the top, and then basement parking from the road towards in, and all your views is there on the back. And especially if you're above the mango tree, the house that you're gonna build, look at the unending view that you had in the city, and the wind. Look, you can see that it's very windy here. Look, not strong winds, but the trees are so green because it's all been like because they're dense in, the vegetation here are dense in. The trees don't dry up so much that we need weed killers or properly burn the tree to cut it down. That's gonna happen when I cut those nipa tree. We need to burn down the roots. So this means I'm gonna have lesser plots than what I originally planned when I was building the budget bungalow, about 9 bungalows here. I don't think I'll stick to it, because as of the moment, I'm more of preserving this as more of a park paradise, like the name's gonna be, Village Park Paradise. So that's JT's. Now here is the one available, 225. Those interested to lease or buy will have to email me at villagepeoplephilippines@gmail.com. So I got this plot, the last one, this one that I'm gonna build a riprap on the side, and this one here. So this got 2 mango trees on this side of the road. You can see it there. And this one goes to JT, so that one's also open space. But I don't know if I want to build in there. It seems like a nice area for just preserving it with gardens and sitting areas. because the plots that will have their own parking space. Like I suggested about basement parking, and then your living space on second floor or third floor. But I'm sure you will have the same view, the same ambiance like I had in my guest house, that it's really windy there and very relaxing. And that's what paradise is for. Now if you want to go out in your own, in my private road here, right on the end, you will be mixing with the villagers, experiencing the Filipino life, and catch the ride on the main road to go down to the city. But I suggest that if you are living here, it will be better to have your own vehicle. Then you can go on the mountain sides, city sides with no problem. So that's how it looks like as of the moment. Here in my fencing project, Junel has making the forms of the columns of the hollow block files that he done last Friday. And he filled up a little bit of the loose soil on the back of this wall. But eventually when the soil sunk in, we'll be pouring the wall. We'll put put muck or pour it more on the back. So this is what we are. We're also starting to dig on the other side, on that side there. So both sides will have walls, then we can tamper or scatter the dirt, and then we'll start putting in the gravel, because it was really hard when it was raining because it's really muddy. So you can see they're digging up here now. You can see the shade that they created on the side. They're gonna pick up some cement, gravel, and sand, because they want to pour these columns that they have put some plywood on, like the 3 columns. And then I will send Julito to pick up more hollow blocks, as Janelle will continue to dig here. So you know what I mean. I would rather have 2 walls on both sides, then we can level out this dirt and then start putting the gravel, because August time is typhoon season here, and I don't want to come here and cannot go through because of the mud. So while it's still have some sunshine, although we're raining every night, if that's all walled in, then all this dirt will be leveled out. Then I could put on the gravel gradually. Then it saves me the dirt and mud come typhoon season, August. So they have dug the first 2 columns here, column holes. Then they will build a trench, and I think this one is like hanging there. It needs to be sunk in my former column of the marker. So we will just sort that out the last, because we might have like that one thicker rebars, because that will be the columns that can hold the gates here. So that's why I leave it like that, because I might have to use 16, but I've even used 20 on this one, 20 mm rebars. I might even use the same 20 mm rebars for these columns on the front to make sure that it's strong to hold gates. That's why I leave it like that. But like here, I think most of you will agree that I will rather fence both sides, because I will foresee it this August, September, the rainy season here in the Philippines. This will be like all so muddy that last June, a few weeks ago, when we have the rain, that it's really slippery and muddy. And now we can gradually put the gravel on as we work on this going backwards. So we'll do the graveling here on the front first and going backwards as we also work that way.